In basketball, the top seeding for the co-operators General BABA Premier League will very likely come down to the matchup between Smalta Pinelands and Barbados Lumber Company LSC this Saturday. That's because Pinelands lost to Station Hill Cavaliers last night at the Willie Gym. The current leaders, the Cavs, have played all of their regular season games, finishing on 28 points and securing third spot for the playoffs, leaving the Pine and LSC to battle for the number one. The Cavs beat Pinelands 73-67, despite being down 32-23 at the half. Cavaliers were down by 9 points at halftime, but the second half is usually their time. Big Kelvin Patterson putting the moves in the post on Charles Vanterpool. The Pine had some moves of their own too. Hallie Franklin draws the D, kicks it back to Vanterpool, who dishes it to Junior Moore for 2 of his 10. Jeremy Gill made some noise as well, getting the steal as the Cavs tried to inbound the ball. One of 7 steals for Gill that led to 2 of his game-high 23. Still, though, the Cavs kept coming. Brown this time took what the defense gave him, and that was a jumper from the top of the key. Cavs outscored the Pine 20-12 in the third to be only down by 1 with the last quarter to go. Kevin Seeley has always been a never-say-die sort of guy. Here he was being blocked by Charlie, but steals the ball right back and goes straight at Vanderpool again. This time he wins, getting 2 of his 10. Brown scored all of his 10 points in the second half. Here's another of his trademark flat jumpers. Lamar Guzette scored 10 of his 13 in the second half as well. Here going to work on former Cav Junior Moore. Moore then put down a post play of his own on Brown. And after making his moves, he had some words as they both ran back up court. Very few teams outran the Cavs, but Pinelands did on this play. Ramon Simmons with the layup. He ended with 10. The Pine, though, fell asleep on defense. Saeed Norville getting behind everyone for the easy deuce. Next, he fakes out Hallie Franklin for the jumper. Give Norville 12. There is no stat for fakes, but Cavs had 2 back-to-back. Grisettes faking the boots off of Moore, then completing the spinning layup. Gill tried to keep the Pine in it with his 3, as they were now trailing by 5. Then this 2-on-1 between him and Simmons made it a 3-point game, 65-62. Bump it back up to 6 points though, with Grisettes getting a 3-point play, the old-fashioned way. With the lead fairly comfortable, Patterson said, "This is payback for you, Moore." Between the legs, then this pull-up jumper was good, as the Cavs won the fourth quarter 30-23, and the game 73-67. Meanwhile, it has been confirmed that challengers are the proverbial least of the apostles, losing their bottom-of-the-table clash to combined school Tridents. The schoolboys won by 22 points, 83-61. Joel Hunt led the Tridents with 15 points. Keelan Phillips added 14, and Ann Thorne got 13, while Rudolph Catlin was the only player in double figures for challengers with 12. We'll take a break here, come back with some English Premier League.
See battling people excitement, one single wait per minute 46 cents. Any network and any number, any island, anytime, don't matter what. Talk for 3 minutes, all in talker. Get the next 57 minutes free after. If you're ready for the best rate, then easy back service up to date. Easy back, easy back, easy back, easy back, easy back. Line, value every moment.
Liverpool threw away a 3-goal lead and saw their English Premier League title hopes dented after Crystal Palace fought back to claim a draw this evening.
This is Luis Suarez, who's playing the 1-2 with Raheem Sterling, and that is it. Your 3-0 scoreline just 10 minutes into the second half. We're all wondering at this point, how much can they possibly chip away at this goal difference? It's 3-2 now, though. The collapse has begun. Dwight Gale, the one to steal the full 3 points from Liverpool, his equalizer in the 88th minute. Absolutely unbelievable. And with this draw, Liverpool, they move back to the top of the table and just 1 point up on City and 2 points up on Chelsea. Now, if Liverpool had won, Blues, they would have been eliminated, but they survived 2 days, as now if City wins in their match on Wednesday, then Chelsea would be eliminated. Now, we thought that this was going to come down to a goal difference, which City has the major edge in, but now, you know what? They might run it just straight out.
Barbadian teenage athletes are dope-free. The National Anti-Doping Commission conducted doping controls at the recently held BSAC Championships in accordance with the international standard for testing of the World Anti-Doping Agency. Urine samples, which were analyzed at a WADA-accredited lab, showed no prohibited substances or methods in the samples submitted. Chairman of the NADC, Dr. Adrian Lord, is urging the athletes and their support teams to continue to play fair and be drug-free as they progress in their athletics careers. The NADC will now focus on out-of-competition testing in sports in the Commonwealth Games, also in the CAC Games, and also in other non-Olympic sports. The West Zone are the first winners of the team title of the National Senior Games. The Senior Games used to be individual-based, but the Leo Garns Zone, representing the Western Districts, won the first team title with a whopping 919 points. There were 128 ahead of the second-place team, the Marcia Trotman Zone, representing Central Districts. They got 791. Third went to the East in the James Wedderburn Zone with 740, followed by Frida Nichols' North Zone with 703, and finally Royal Clark's South Zone with 333. The top male athlete was 76-year-old Victor Young of the South Zone with 58 points, while there was a three-way tie in the women: 51-year-old Angela Jackson of Saintfield, 76-year-old Kathy Harper Hall, also of Saintfield, and 67-year-old Shirley Harper of the North, each with 60 points.